Hello 10th class students. Today we will study about the respiratory system of the human being, that what is respiration. We will study in science the chapter life processes and a subtopic, that is respiration. So students, let's start. What exactly the respiration is? Sometimes we confuse that respiration is intaking of the oxygen and giving out the carbon dioxide. But students, it is not so easy. Actually, respiration is a vast process, and it is not just only the intaking of oxygen and giving out the carbon dioxide. So students, let's start the chapter. First of all, see at a glance what we are going to discuss in this video. We will discuss about the what is respiration, breathing and respiration, what is the difference in breathing and respiration. Then we will discuss how energy is released during the respiration is stored, the energy that produced in our body, how it is stored for further uses by the body. Then we will see the type of respiration and aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Then how the respiration takes place in plants, and then we will see that net gaseous exchange in the leaves of the plants, how the exchange of the gases takes place in the leaves of the plant. Let's start students. First of all, what is respiration? So here you can see the definition. The process of respiration, the process in which the energy is released by the oxidation of food, is called respiration. The process of releasing energy from food is called respiration. Now, the process of respiration also involves the intaking of oxygen and giving out the carbon dioxide. Actually, intaking of the oxygen, in fact, is the starting step of the respiration. So, the process of respiration involves taking in oxygen of the air. We intake the oxygen from the air into the cell, using it for releasing energy by burning of food and then elimination of the waste product. When we eliminate the carbon dioxide, that elimination is also a part of the respiration. If we see the process of respiration in terms of a short reaction, then we see here that food combine with oxygen to form carbon dioxide, water, and the most important thing, the production of energy. A large amount of energy is also produced, which is utilized by our body to carry out the different metabolical processes. Next is students, where does the process of respiration takes place in our body? The process of respiration which release energy takes place inside the cells. Here you can see that respiration does not take place by our lungs. We only breathe with the help of the lungs. The process of intaking oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide is known as breathing and not the respiration. So, the process of respiration takes place inside the cell. You have studied in lower class that our cell has different components, different parts. One is cytoplasm, and there are so many cell organelles are also there, and the mitochondria, which is present in our cell. You have studied that mitochondria is also known as powerhouse of the cell. What is the reason behind knowing it as powerhouse of the cell? The reason is that students, the process of respiration takes place in the mitochondria, and releasing of energy or production of energy takes place in mitochondria. That is the reason behind knowing the mitochondria as powerhouse of the cell. We will discuss it in detail also. See here, So, when the respiration takes place in the cell, this respiration is also known as cellular respiration. Respiration, or specifically the cellular respiration. Respiration is essential for life because it provides energy for carrying out all the life processes. Now the question comes, why the respiration is essential for life? So students, respiration is very essential for life as it provides energy for the vital activities, metabolical activities of the body of the living organisms. Let's see the next, students. Difference between breathing and respiration. What are the major differences between the breathing and respiration in which we often get confused that either we should call it breathing or a respiration? Let's see. In breathing, the mechanism by which organism obtain oxygen from the air and release the carbon dioxide. It is very simple process in which we intake the oxygen with the help of the lungs and exhale out the carbon dioxide also. But in respiration process or respiratory process, see, respiration includes breathing as well as the oxidation of the food. Respiration includes breathing as well as oxidation of food in the cell of the living organisms. See here, students, this process takes place inside the cell of the organism and production of energy takes place in this process. Secondly, breathing is a completely physical process. There is no change in the chemicals or in the oxygen takes place. There are no chemical changes, but it is only physical process. But the respiration is physical as well as chemical process, or we can say it biochemical process, students. Biochemical, that means bio, that means living. So this breathing respiration process taking place inside the body of a living organism, that's why we can also say it biochemical process. Here you can see it is a biochemical process of oxidation of food. Next, the process of breathing involves the lungs of the organisms. In the process of breathing, we use our lungs to exchange the oxygen and carbon dioxide. As we breathe in, the air around us goes in our lungs, and whenever we breathe out, then the air around us inside the lungs comes out. The air that we take contains the major amount of the oxygen, and the air that we exhale out contains the major amount in the form of carbon dioxide. So this process takes place in our lungs. But the process of respiration involves lungs and mitochondria both. Here the production of energy takes place in mitochondria of the cell. So in addition to the lungs, respiration also includes the mitochondria of the living cell. So these are the major differences between the respiration and lungs. Now say, students, how energy released during respiration is stored. In which form the energy is produced in our body and in which form it is stored inside the body. So our body, whenever needed the energy, can easily utilize that energy. So here, see, students, the production of energy inside our body takes place in the form of the ATP. ATP, adenosine triphosphate. It is the full form of ATP. See here, the energy produced during respiration is stored in the form of ATP. ATP molecules or adenosine triphosphate molecules, which are the main contents that are present in our cell to provide the energy. Let's see, the main contents of the cell which utilize in production of energy are ADP, inorganic phosphate, and ATP. See here, ADP, adenosine diphosphate, where there are two phosphates present in adenosine, then we call it adenosine diphosphate. Inorganic phosphate is also present in the cell, and ATP, when that inorganic phosphate combines with ADP, then in place of two phosphate molecules, there are three phosphate molecules get attached with adenosine, and we call it ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. For example, see, if this is a phosphate molecule and this is adenosine molecule and two phosphate molecules, one here and another one is here, two phosphate molecules are attached to this adenosine molecule. Then we call it adenosine diphosphate. Di means two. Now another inorganic phosphate getting attached with this adenosine, then total number of phosphate will be 3. Now it is known as ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and it is high energy content. So whenever ATP is utilized by the body, it provides large amount of energy for the action of the body. So students, the energy that is produced in the oxidation of the food is used to make the ATP molecule. See here, the energy released during the respiration is used to make ATP molecule from ADP molecule. ADP get converted into ATP, which is energy currency for the body of the living organisms. See here, ADP plus this phosphate, when they combine together, and energy that requires in the respiration, the process of respiration also needs some amount of energy. So this all three combines together to form the ATP. The energy that is used in respiration is stored in the form of ATP molecule in the form of the bonds. So energy is stored in the human body in the form of ATP, always remember. ATP is the energy currency for our body. When the cell needs energy, then ATP can be broken down using water to release energy. Whenever our body needs energy, then it uses the ATP that are already stored inside the body. With the help of water, it releases the energy. Here see, ATP converted into ADP plus phosphate plus energy. This reaction is just opposite to the previous reaction, because in previous reaction there were formation of ATP taking place and storation of the energy was occurred. But in the second reaction, when energy needed by the body, then our body eliminate the energy from the ATP and utilize it. ATP again get converted into ADP, and whenever the next time the process of respiration occur, that ADP will again combine with this phosphate and energy and form the ATP molecule. In this process, students, nearly 30.5 kilojoule of energy is released. See, total amount of energy is here nearly equal to 30.5 kilojoule of energy. Total amount of energy is nearly 30.5 kilojoule. And second most important thing this is that this ATP is known as the energy currency of the cell. Our cell only gain energy in the form of the ATP. Let's see next topic, types of respiration. Students, now the respiration is of different type on the basis of the utilization of the oxygen. Either they are utilizing the oxygen or not. So, see, in most of the cases the organisms carry out respiration by using oxygen. There are however some organisms which carry out respiration without using oxygen. Using oxygen and without using oxygen. So students, based on these two facts, that the respiration is taking place by using the oxygen or by not using the oxygen, we have two types of respiration. First is aerobic respiration that uses the oxygen, and anaerobic respiration that doesn't use the oxygen. Now in both the respiration, the production of energy takes place, but the amount of energy varies. In the aerobic respiration, huge amount of the energy is produced, while in anaerobic respiration there is a little amount of the energy is produced along with the production of the byproduct. Let's see, understand them one by one, what is aerobic and what is anaerobic respiration. First of all, see the aerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, students, the respiration which uses, the definition is the respiration which uses oxygen is called aerobic respiration, first of all. Second, in aerobic respiration, the glucose food is completely broken down. It is also very important and produces carbon dioxide and water. Two products are formed, carbon dioxide and water, but the most important thing is that the glucose or the food particle is completely oxidized. There is no residue or there is no formation of the other byproducts. Second important thing. In third condition, aerobic respiration produces a considerable amount of the energy. It produces considerable amount of the energy, that means large amount of the energy, and that energy is stored in the body of the living organisms in the form of ATP molecule. Remember, the energy in our body always is stored in the form of ATP. See the next. See, it's a reaction of the aerobic respiration. Glucose get converted into pyruvate, and this process is called glycolysis. This process takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell. See the structure of a cell. Suppose this is a structure of the cell, nucleus of the cell, and here these are the mitochondria of the cell, and rest of the there are many cell organelles are also present in the cell, but we need here only few of them. This is the cytoplasm of the cell. Now students, see, the process of respiration or aerobic respiration takes place in two steps, in which the first step takes place here inside the cytoplasm of the cell. And in that process, the glucose molecule converted into pyruvate or pyruvic acid in the first step, and that step of the conversion of the glucose into pyruvate is known as glycolysis. Glycolysis also takes place in different steps, but glycolysis takes place in cytoplasm. Remember it, it is very important that where the place where the glycolysis takes place in cytoplasm. Now from the pyruvate, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water and production of energy takes place, and this step is known as Krebs cycle. The name of the step is Krebs cycle, and here it was glycolysis. The second step of the respiration is known as glycolysis, which takes place in mitochondria. Remember, now after this product come in mitochondria, and Krebs cycle takes place in the mitochondria, and final production of energy takes place in mitochondria. That is the reason why mitochondria is known as the powerhouse of the cell. Here you can see that 38 ATP of the energy is produced in aerobic respiration, along with the production of carbon dioxide and water molecule. So students, it is very important for you to remember that which step of the respiration is known by glycolysis and where does it takes place inside the cell, and what is Krebs cycle and where does it takes place occur inside the cell. Glycolysis takes place in cytoplasm, occur in cytoplasm, and Krebs cycle, that is conversion of pyruvate into carbon dioxide and water molecule and ATP, is takes place in the mitochondria of the cell.